Hello and welcome. We have this beautiful exponential equation. Is it something you can do? It's tricky, right? But don't worry, I'm going to take you through it step by step. It's just so easy. We begin with our solution. So we have this, what we have. So we have x to the power of 1/2 minus x to the power of 1/3 is equal to 4. So what we do at this point is, you observe that the powers are in form of fractions, so we can choose to make them to share the same denominator to help us to solve. And to do that, you see that this one is 2 and this is 3, and the common denominator 2 and 3 can share. Let's get the LCM. So for 2 we have 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. For 3 we have 3, 6, 9, 12. Now we have a common, the lowest common, which is 6. So we have 6. It means that these two denominators can share 6. In that case, we are going to now have x to the power of 1/2. To make this to be 6, you multiply this by 3 and this by 3. Then we have minus x to the power of 1/3. Then multiply this by 2 and then this by 3. Also by 2, so that they will have the same denominator. By doing this, you have not changed anything, because you observe that when you divide 3 by itself is 1, and when you multiply 1 by anything, it returns you to that. So you've not changed anything. And also here you see that when you divide 2 by itself is 1, and 1 times this 1/3 still gives you back 1/3. So you have not changed anything. Now from this point, we are going to now have x to the power of, multiply this, it gives us 3, multiply this, it gives us 6, minus x to the power, multiply this, it gives us 2, multiply this, it gives us 6, and remember everything is equal to 4. So this is also equal to 4. Now what do you do at this point? We are going to rewrite this to have x to the power of 3/6 is the same as 3 multiply 1/6. When you multiply this by 1/6, it gives you back 3/6. So this is the same as this. You have not still changed anything. So we also do same here, minus x to the power of 2 multiplied by 1/6 is equal to 4. Now what do we do at this point? Just remember that for every a to the power of m multiplied by n, it's always a to the power of m raised to power n. Now in this case, if you apply this here, we now have x to the power, this is the same as 1/6 will be raised to power of 3. This and this are the same, obeying what you have stated here. You can also do it here. So we have minus x to the power of 1/6 will be raised to power of 2 and is equal to 4. What do we do at this point? You observe now that this is common, so you are free at this point to replace it with another variable just to help you to solve. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for choosing to learn through us. It means a lot to us. If you are still new, hit that subscription button, and if you find this interesting, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and let's know your thoughts about this in the comments. Share so that the algorithm sends to more people. So we keep solving. We now say let's x to the power of 1/6 be another variable y. So let's replace it. We are going to have y cubed minus y squared is equal to 4. Now if you look at this, this has led you to what we call cubic equation, because the highest power of y is 3. There are many ways to solve this, but I'm going to teach you the shortest way to go about it. So what do we do at this point? We are going to get one solution, so that it will help us to get the rest of the solutions for this equation. And to do that, we are going to use the trial error method. So let's get the factors of this 4, such that when we substitute it here, it will be equal to this number 4. So what are the factors of 4? We have plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4. Now we're going to try for each of these to see the one that when we substitute, it gives us back 4. Let's do that together. So we can try for when y is 1. Let's substitute. You have 1 cubed minus 1 squared. This gives us 1 minus 1 and is not equal to 4. So 1 is not a solution. You can try for when y is negative 1. Let's discuss about that. Now let's check for when y is 2. So we are going to have, if y is 2, we now have 2 cubed minus 2 squared. Let's simplify. This will give us 2 multiplied by itself 3 times, gives us 8. This is 4. And when you subtract this, it gives us back 4. So this has given us this 4. So it means that y being 2 is one of the required solutions. Let's now use it to get the rest of the solution. So in that case, we are going to now have, we are having y cubed minus y squared. For this 4, we are going to replace with what we have as 8 minus 4. So we keep simplifying. We have y cubed minus y squared. Now we have it as, remember this is the same as 2 cubed minus 2 squared. So bring this to the left side, is positive, so it's going to subtract. You have y cubed minus 2 cubed minus y squared. Because this is negative, you add. So you add 2 to both sides, add 2 squared, and when you do on the right side, everything becomes 0. So we keep simplifying. So we now have y cubed minus 2 cubed. Now these ones, you see, they're of the same power. So let's bring them together. We factor negative out. So we have negative y squared. Use it to divide, you have negative 2 squared. So that when you distribute this, it gives you back this. And everything is equal to 0. At this point, what do we do? Let me tell you. So from here, quickly remember that for every a cubed minus b cubed, it is a minus b into a squared minus plus ab plus b squared. And for every a squared minus b squared, it's always a plus b into a minus b. So for this, let's work with this. So it's going to give us y minus 2. Then we now have y squared. Just multiply these two following this. So we have 2 multiplies y plus our b is this. So we now have 2 squared. Then bring that, remember your subtraction sign. We have minus. For this, we obey this. So it's going to give us y plus 2 into y minus 2. And everything is equal to 0. Now what do you do next? Let's simplify. So we have y minus 2 into y squared. Multiply this, it gives 2y. And this gives us 4. Then minus. For this we have y plus 2 into y minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, did you observe anything? Remember, these two are together. Likewise, this. You observe that y minus 2 is repeated. Watch. Do you see that? So let's factor it out. So to do that, we now have y minus 2. Open a big bracket. Use this to divide these two. We are having y squared plus 2y plus 4. Then remember your subtraction sign. Use this to divide these two. We are left with y plus 2. Then everything is equal to 0. We keep simplifying. Y minus 2 into y squared plus 2y plus 4. To open up this, we distribute this negative inside. So this will multiply this. We have negative y. This will make this to be negative 2. Did you see that? And this is equal to 0. Remember, for every AB to be equal to 0, either A is 0 or B is 0. Now let's apply it here to have y minus 2 is equal to 0. So what do? To get y, add 2 to both sides. So if you add 2 here, y becomes 2. So this gives us the value of y, which we already stated at the beginning. Now let's get this. So we also have y squared plus 2y minus this gave us y. So it's going to be plus y. Then 4 minus 2 will give us 2. and this is equal to 0. This has led us to quadratic equation. To solve this, we have to check for the nature of the roots. Remember, this is exponential equation, so we are only interested in the real values of x. In that case, to check for the nature, we use our discriminant, which says that d is b squared minus 4ac. And if this is greater than 0 or greater than or equal to 0, we are going to accept it. It becomes real. But if it is less than 0, then we are going to reject, because it will give us a complex solution. Now let's do that together. A is always the coefficient of your y squared. Your b is the coefficient of y, which is 1. And our c is the constant term, which is 2. So let's plug it here. We are going to have d is equal to b squared. Did you see? So it's going to be 1 squared minus 4 multiplies a is 1, then multiplies c is 2. So we have d is equal to 1 squared is 1, multiply this, it gives us 8. So we now have d is equal to -7. And you know that -7 is less than 0. So in that case, it's a complex solution. And because it's complex, we reject this solution. So we are going to conclude that the acceptable value of y is 2. This is the real value of y. Now, remember, we are not asked to find the value of y. The question is on x. But we need to recall we made a statement earlier. So we have to recall, we said that x to the power of 1/6 is equal to y. And our y is now 2. So what do? We are going to get the value of x, and to do that, because this is fraction, to remove this fraction at the power, you just need to use the inverse. And the inverse of 1/6, the multiplicative inverse, is 6 on 1. So we are going to multiply each by 6. So we multiply this by 6 divided by 1. So we can adjust this. So we multiply by this is the inverse, so that when you multiply this, it gives you 1. And when you do to the left, you also do to the right. So remember, 2 is already 1 with the power of 1. So you also multiply by 6 on 1. Let's do this together. This multiplies, gives us x to the power of 1. And x to the power of 1 is also x. So x will be equal to 2. Then 1 times 1 is 1 times 6 is 6. And 6 divided by 1 gives us 6. So we now have x is equal to 2 to the 6th power is 2 multiplied 6 times. And that gives us x is equal to 64. So the value of x in this equation is 64. We are going to plug this value at the left side to see if it gives us back 4. Let's do that together. To verify, this is what we have. Remember, our x is 64. So it's going to be 64 to the power of 1/2 minus 64 to the power of 1/3. Is this going to be equal to 4? Let's see to that. So this is the same as, this will give us 64, is the same as 8 raised to the power of 2. 8 raised to the power of 2 is this, and we are multiplying it by 1/2. Minus 64 to match this is also the same as 4 multiplied 3 times. So we are going to have this, which is 4 cubed. So we have 4 cubed, then multiplied by 1/3. So this gives us 8. Remember, this is over 1. 2 we divide this off, we have 1. And 8 raised to the power 1 is 8. Minus this is over 1. 4 raised to the power 1 is 4. And when you subtract this, it gives you back 4. And that is what you have at the right side. So it means that the value of x we got as 64 is absolutely correct. And I hope you learned something. Don't forget to tell us how much. Like, share this video. I'll also be curious to see your own method. Thank you for choosing to learn through us. I hope to see you in my next class. Don't forget to like and share. Bye.